Morgan Freeman and his step-granddaughter. For years, people have speculated that Morgan Freeman has been involved in a romantic relationship with his step-granddaughter Adina Hines. While it all started out innocently with casual dinners at fancy restaurants, Adina reportedly alerted Myrna on one particular night when Freeman was so intoxicated he had attempted to sleep with her. While Adina had initially attempted to get Morgan to back off, she eventually gave in and allegedly slept with the Hollywood star. In fact, at one point, there were even stories suggesting that the two planned to get married. Last year, Hines' future was tragically cut short when she was brutally stabbed to death by her boyfriend, Lamar Davenport. Angelina Jolie and James Haven. You may be surprised to know James Haven is Angelina Jolie's brother. On the occasion of the Golden Globe Awards and the Academy Awards, she was found kissing him on the lips. This was something that made many people say, ugh. It's not every day you see a pair of siblings engaging in what appears to be a makeout sesh. However, the kiss proved to be more than a one-time thing. Angelina Jolie is known for marching to the beat of her own drum, so a little bit of bizarre behavior every once in a while is to be expected. But this was much more than what most people bargained for. Donald Trump and Ivanka Trump. Love him or hate him, there's no denying that Donald Trump is the center of attention these days. When you're nominated the presidential candidate for the Republican Party, you have to be careful about what you say. His inappropriate relationship with his daughter has caught him under fire. He has been seen lusting over her many times. Trump has even gone so far as to say he would date and bang her if she wasn't his daughter while she was sitting right next to him. Mackenzie and John Phillips. Several years ago, Mackenzie Phillips accused her famous father, John Phillips, of having inappropriate relationships with her while she was growing up. Mackenzie even said that the abuse didn't stop until she became pregnant with her father's child. While her sister insists that the allegations are false, Mackenzie stands by her word. Her father, however, passed away in 2001. Bobbi, Christina, and Nick Gordon. Nick Gordon and Bobbi Christina have the same mother, Whitney Houston. Nick is the adopted son and Bobbi was Whitney's biological daughter. Bobbi died at the age of 22, but before that, these two had announced that they were dating each other and were planning on getting married. This did make some eyebrows raise. Woody Allen and Soon Yi. Who marries their stepdaughter? Woody Allen does. While technically he was never legally Soon Yi's adoptive father, he had been in a relationship with her then adoptive mother, Mia Farrow, and had acted as a father figure. When Woody Allen was 56 years old and Soon Yi was 20, Mia found naked pictures of Soon Yi in Allen's Manhattan apartments. When asked about this scandal, Allen stated, "What was the scandal? I fell in love with this girl, married her. We've been married for almost 15 years now. There was no scandal, but people refer to it all the time as a scandal, and I kind of like it that way because when I go, I would like to say I had one real juicy scandal in my life." Charlotte and Serge Gainsbourg. Anytime a parent and child work together on anything that has the word incest in the title, there's a pretty good chance that people are going to be raising eyebrows. In 1984, father-daughter duo Serge and Charlotte Gainsbourg wrote and recorded a song called Lemon Incest. If that weren't bad enough, the video showed the father and daughter lying in bed together with Serge shirtless and Charlotte, 12 at the time, wearing a shirt and panties. Steve and Liv Tyler. Parents kissing their children is definitely not anything new, and there's nothing wrong with showing affection to the people you love. However, after a certain age, kissing your children on the lips more times than one seems a little bizarre, especially when it looks more like you were having a makeout session than a familial kiss. Liv's hand is always cupping his face with his arms embracing her back. They look more like a couple than a father-daughter duo. Hulk and Brooke Hogan. This one is just awkward. Photos of Hulk Hogan infamously applying sun lotion on his daughter, Brooke Hogan's back, were so controversial the wrestling champ had to release a statement explaining his actions. Hulk later went on to explain how he didn't see anything wrong when he rubbed lotion on his daughter's back, but the photos that were snapped saw Hulk's hands gently touching Brooke's butt. Although Brooke defends her relationship with her father, it still got people talking. Unless Hulk got confused with the body parts. Doubt it. Courtney Stodden and Alex Stodden. It's not really clear what Courtney Stodden is famous for in the first place other than being good looking and marrying a 50-year-old man when she was only 16. However, she remains famous nonetheless, and her marriage isn't the only bizarre relationship in her life. Courtney and her father have a very strange father-daughter relationship, and her father has been spanking Courtney and kissing her on the lips. Franklin and Elanor Roosevelt. Former President Franklin Roosevelt is one of the most well-known presidents in recent history. His wife, Eleanor Roosevelt, is also known as one of the most influential first ladies. However, while these two were definitely one of the United States' first power couples, they were also cousins. Although they were fifth cousins, which may seem far enough apart for most people, Roosevelt's mother opposed the relationship and hoped that her son would eventually change his mind. Jessica Simpson and Joe Simpson. Of course, parents should think that their children are beautiful, but Jessica Simpson's father referring to the singer as sexy just didn't sit well with a lot of people. There's no denying that Simpson is a beautiful woman, but perhaps her father could have tried to seem more tasteful and less creepy when paying his daughter a compliment. In a 2004 interview, he was quoted as saying, "She's got double D's. You can't cover those suckers up." For the record, Joe Simpson is a pastor. Jessica came to her dad's defense and claims that her father's public comments regarding her breast did not embarrass her. Jack Birch and Thora Birch. Most 90s kids remember Thora Birch. She acted in films like American Beauty with Kevin Spacey and Ghost World with Scarlett Johansson. Thora Birch's parents were both porn stars in the 1970s, but that isn't the awkward part. In her mid-20s, the talented actress dropped off the radar, and the big reason was her father, Jack Birch, who is a creep who could not keep out of his daughter's career. On the set of Winter of Frozen Dreams, Jack Birch was present when his then 26-year-old daughter was filming a sex scene opposite Dean Winters. Mr. Birch reportedly even gave the actor a thumbs up during the scene. Another notable instance occurred when Jack threatened another actor who was rubbing his daughter's back on the set of the off-Broadway revival of Dracula. Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. Sex tape. Need we say more? Ever since the Kardashian family rose to fame, it seems like Kris Jenner's relationships with her children are more about business than anything else. Her relationship with Kim especially seems to be all about what can make the family the most money. In 2003, when Kim's sex tape leaked, her mom is said to have been the brains behind turning it into a great way to make money. After having taped her infamous sex tape, Kim Kardashian was clearly handling business meetings with her momager, Kris Jenner, to any company interested in buying the rights to the footage. While that may have been a wise business decision, exploiting your children probably isn't the best move. Stephanie Seymour and Peter Brandt Jr. When it comes to listing the most awkward and weirdest families ever, one has to include Stephanie Seymour and her son Peter Brandt Jr. There was a time when Stephanie raised eyebrows and set off one or two incest alarms when she was more or less making out with her son Peter on the beach. This was back in 2011. Well, Harper's Bazaar ran with that very intimate, bordering on sexual familial energy for a mother-son shoot in its latest issue. The S&M undercurrent, the hand placement, the sexy black dresses, Stephanie clutching a knife while her son brushes or curls makes many people cringe uncomfortably. In one photograph, Brandt Jr. appears to be kissing Stephanie on the lips and brushing his hand over her breast. Brandt Jr. rebuked his virtual critics on his Facebook fan page and released a statement to the press. "I would just like to say that these pictures have been taken completely out of context. My mother and I are very close, as she is with all her children. She often hugs and kisses me and my siblings in a manner that is intimate." Brandt added that because he's gay it's different, and